Face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize podcast. I am your host, a Boingo writer, and with me, as always, in the bullpen,
representing the "Would you like to see what I've got?" competition.
Sure.
Bomb, 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 bomb. It came in the mail.
Okay, I'm just gonna say real quick, the foreshortening on that makes it look like he doesn't have a waist or pelvis.
Yeah, it's funny. This is $125 toy, and the big gimmick of the package is it's meant to look like a cheap lunchbox. Because this is the Man of Steel edition 112 collective Superman, and it literally comes in a steel tin. I haven't done more than take the top off yet, but God, this thing looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, we also have another guest from the multiverse. Say who you are.
Representing the animated competition, it's me, Buster Corb.
Oh, hey, it's that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's me. Here to
talk about Mario, the animated movie.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I'm gonna be real vac. The trailer spoiled most of the bits except the third act.
Wow.
It's good if you don't remember the trailer, which I don't.
Yeah.
I also got Mongol to go with Superman. The big stupid looking McFarlane Mongol.
I can't believe that just caved into the Todd.
I bought Todd figures to go with figures that are much better than them because there's no figures for those characters that are really good. I did also get Legends this week though.
Legends of Tomorrow?
No, fucking Marvel Legends. It's Marvel podcast. If I don't talk about the Marvel Legends, I'm a fucking
Marvel,
asshole,
baby.
So I got Ultimate Captain America, literally just for his shield.
Yeah. What do you think this A stands for? France?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a photo, like a photo set of him doing that, and then 616 Cap punching him. That's gotta happen. And I got Astonishing Cyclops because it looks like a really good improvement on the Cyclops I already have. And then because it came on stock on Pulse this week, I went ahead and pulled the trigger. I do have the new Doc Ock with his Aunt May accessory, so I'll crack these open at some point.
Oh man, you can recreate that one cover where he tries to marry.
That one cover where they look nothing like this, because this is based on the animated series. But hey, it's the first Aunt May in Marvel Legends, so it's a nice step forward. It's a Doc Ock with bendy tentacles. This is going to be well worth the price.
Well, speaking of Spider-Man...
Yeah, that's why I ended with that.
Spider-Men. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Buster, you're a robot
glitching
right now.
You're glitching.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Buster left the call.
They're probably going to try and get back in.
Well, while we wait for them to come back, we have all seen it. Buster and I saw it in theaters. Boingo saw it in a very special way. Buster, say something.
Test. Movie.
Okay,
good.
you sound fine now. But let's go ahead and do some non-spoiler thoughts because this is the first time we're talking about stuff in like the week it's coming out in a while. So let's do some quick like non-spoiler. Should you rush to the theater and check this out right now? Kind of bits. Starting with Boingo probably because he's supposed to be the host of the show.
I thought it was really, really good. It is very much part one. Like, I understand why you rename a movie because it's just like, oh yeah, part one and part two. It may not work well in marketing. This is part one. The next one's gonna be part two.
Well, there's some merchandise still has part one on it. That's like the kind of last minute the name change was.
Yeah, but I'm informing people. Don't go into this movie expecting a third act.
Yeah. I mean, there is a third act, but it's much more about this is the end of this story. But
it's the third quarter act. It's not a third act.
Yeah, that's better.
It's Act 3 of 6.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Vac, what did you think?
I thought it was really, really good. It is genuinely the best animation I've ever seen in my life. There are points in this movie where I was just like, how does this look as crisp and clean as it does? This I would think this would be fucking impossible.
Well, here's the
Um,
thing. This has 1,000 people working on it. One of the
oh yeah,
largest like staffs for an animated movie.
hmm I really enjoyed the story. It feels like a very natural sequel. Like probably the most like oh yeah, this is just where this story goes from here. That I've seen a sequel feel in a long, long time. And I really enjoyed it for that aspect. I thought the character building was really strong. And I was really impressed that like all the shit from the trailer, it takes a really long time to get to that stuff, and I kind of love
Oh
that.
yeah. Well,
But
we'll talk about more in spoilers.
yeah, it's as spoilery as I'll get. It's really good. You should go see it. It is definitely worth seeing on the big screen. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Buster, how you feeling?
Really love this movie. Probably the best animated film I've seen this year. Second best film I've seen this year. I'll admit I was like, oh, that was really good. I didn't really understand why it's getting like nines and tens from everyone until I kind of thought about it more and saw it a second time. Where I'm like, oh yeah, this it's worth the hype. You know, it took a bit because like I'm really attached to the first Spider-Verse film, so of course continuing the story is like, you know, I was gonna be a bit trepidatious and a bit like critical. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is the best way to do this. At least for the way they did it. Um, yeah, like as Boyo said, it feels like a part one, and the animation is crazy good. Like this is like, yeah, I really love like these Spider Verse like animations, and I love like I don't know. It makes me want to create, even just write. It just makes me. I love the creativity of these movies. They're just so good, and I especially love. We'll get to this more in the spoilers. The meta commentary on shit, which feels very applicable with what's happening in Spider-Man comics these days. That's all I'll say.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh,
But yeah, overall, loved it. Very excited for the next one. Yeah, I guess we can get into spoilers.
where's Takuya?
Yeah, where is Takuya? Like, I was so hyped.
Boy, I need my Japanese mecha boy. Where's he at?
I was so.
It's part of the plot.
I know, like to get into like why Takuya might be missing, even though they said they have designs for him. From the plot, the way they play up Miguel's like Spider Squad, I think Miguel also hates Takuya, and like because basically the entire plot of this movie is Miguel hates Miles because he's an anomaly. He doesn't fit with the pre-established algorithmic canon.
Well, here's the thing. Literally, he is an anomaly because the way he gets his spider powers comes from an alternate dimension and not his own internal dimension.
Yeah.
And because of that, it creates a domino effect that leads to all the things.
Yeah. It's just all these dimensional shebangs, which the movie does end with like a good like, oh yeah, this is the perfect way to like incorporate comics elements but still keep the story like interesting and like tie it all back.
Yeah. That being said, though, you could have easily slipped a shot of Takuya in during that bit with all the Uncle Ben talk. Because, like...
They use live action footage.
There's that bit with, like, the live action bits in the background, and they have 2 shots of Toby's Uncle Ben death, and I'm like, one of those could have easily been when Takuya's dad died.
Well, here's the thing. Someone pointed out that, like, Takuya could also be, like, oh, like, he is not like them. It wasn't his Uncle Ben. It was his, like, dad. It was, like, something else. It wasn't directly... You know what I mean?
You got your powers from an alien. You're a weirdo. And
here's the thing.
Spider-Man just sneaks into the background.
I am going to whip my nerd glasses on real quick because there is a giant flaw in all of this logic that is the direct point I think the movie's trying to make.
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
Doesn't have an Uncle Ben. Didn't have a captain die. Oh, Miguel O'Hara. You want to know Miguel O'Hara's origin story? He's fucked over by his company, gets gross spider powers, and basically has to become a vigilante in order to try and solve it. He has no personal, like, none of the things that they go, like, this is what makes a Spider-Man happened to Miguel O'Hara as a character.
Oh yeah, this actually enhances a point. I think of Miguel's character of like him taking all his frustration out on Miles, of just like his like doubt, his negative. He doesn't want to confront himself, so he takes all the like his anger and like self criticism on Miles. You know.
But like his ultimate thing of saying like, oh yeah, no, Spider-Man have a preset canon.
Yeah.
2099 is a perfect example of no, they don't.
Yeah. And I hope there's like an entire scene of we get to see like in the next movie of like, oh, here's a bunch of Spider-Man who don't follow the pre-established canon, and that's where we get Takuya, you know.
That's where we get Takuya. That's maybe where we get Mangaverse Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna do that, I'm just gonna
Spider-Man Red. Right, we're gonna get Spider-Man Red from the manga.
I'm gonna lay down the fucking law right now. Get the fucking actor back and Donald Glover him.
Oh, they gotta do like green screen shit with him. It would be like the best. Like, I mean, like even like just a couple scenes. If not, at least make Leopard on live action. Maybe you could actually animate that because a Leopard animation would go pretty hard actually. Oh yeah, also the Donald Glover. Like
Donald Glover,
that was a funny cameo.
Yeah, the fucking
cameo.
That was such like. That was great on multiple levels too, because it's like, yes, he is the Prowler from Tom Holland's Earth, but also like. He was one of Bendis's inspirations for Miles, and he was the first person to ever voice Miles. So
yeah,
it's a really cool, like, full circle moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun little cameos in here. One of the most reoccurring bad guys, one of the most reoccurring spider people in the background is literally Spider-Man Unlimited from the cartoon.
Yeah, and then Spectacular gets a couple big lines.
Spectacular got lines, dude! I knew he was going to be in the background, but the fact that they gave him lines and they said his story fucking went on. Death of Captain Stacy happened to him at some point. Holy shit!
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do a revival at that point. Just like freaking his story continues in your imagination, but like some events did happen, and he'll pop up here and there for new projects. Just that's like the best way. And then just they got Josh Keaton back. Apparently, they said he wasn't sure if they were going to use their lines, but yeah, they did use his lines in the movie.
Yeah,
and like
I mean, any major Spider-Man that's still working that they wanted to get a cameo other than like live action people to do new stuff. They got Yuri Lowenthal to be
like one
PS4.
line.
Did he have a line? I never caught
it. Miles was looking at a couple bad guys, and he's like, "Oh, that's the AI."
Video game.
This is a video game, and that's also a video game. There's two bad guys who are from video games, but PS4 Spider-Man's right in the middle and goes like, "Wait, are you talking about me?" And he's in 60 frames, and everyone else isn't.
That's great. Oh my god, how did I not pick up on that?
Yeah. Also, just kind of that, all the like comic this is like the movie for like the writer, all the like comics notes of like this is what this is, this is Emmer's face, this character, this I've got visuals.
You're cracking out a little bit, bud. Yeah.
Your internet is really on weak mode tonight, because you were doing this before the show, too.
I was trying to say, they evolved.
We cannot hear a single thing you're saying. But yeah, no.
It's a good movie. I like it.
It is a good movie. Good animation. I really do appreciate they're like, all right, cool. We nailed this aesthetic last time. Let's see if we can push it farther with more texture.
What else can we do here? How can we make this look cleaner and stand out more?
Or make it look more specifically dirty with Spider-Punk.
Yeah, and like I want to talk about Hobie. We'll get to Hobie in a minute, but before we like go into more like Spider people, I do want to say I appreciate how much just like regular Spider-Man shit there is early on in this movie. How like you actually really get a feel for what Miles's solo time is like. There's a good like 45 minutes of the movie before it really starts getting into Spider-Verse stuff, and I really appreciated that.
Well, I mean, the first 20-15 minutes of it is just a Gwen Stacy Spider-Gwen short film.
Yeah. And apparently we'll be talking about this a little more later in news, but apparently Amy Pascal says like, yeah, we're still doing the Spider-Woman movie. That's still happening. And I got out of this movie and I was like, oh, I guess they just incorporate elements of that into this because why not? But no, it's just a teaser. There's more on the way.
There's a lot of interesting things going on. First things first, also, I want to point out in this slide, Doppelganger, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, what is Doppelganger doing here?
For people who are unaware, during Infinity Gauntlet, a variety of evil doppelgangers were made for a bunch of the Marvel heroes. And the only one that survived for more than the event was Spider Doppelganger.
Yeah, and he's like a pseudo-obscure Spider-Man villain now that reoccurs.
Yeah.
Okay, what did I miss?
We were just talking about the doppelganger on the poster. That's like, you're not really a spider person. What are you doing here?
Which one?
Also,
the one with the spiky mouth behind Ben Reilly. That's a spider doppelganger, which is an actually obscure villain from the 90s.
Oh my god, can we talk about Ben Reilly for a minute?
Okay, first things first, I will say, yes, he is not characterized like Ben Reilly should be as a character. He is the character in this movie is a parody of the writing of the time. And in that way, he's perfect.
Yeah, I loved Ben Reilly in this movie. It was very funny.
He's the fucking noir of this movie, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, they both got, like, similar big name to voice it. So, I mean, Andy Samberg, and, like, he did a really funny job with Ben. As I was trying to say before my internet decided to crap out, like, I love the evolution of the visual, like, comic bookness of the movie, where it's like you got little editor notes and little like, this is who this character is, and it's like, man, it's so cool. Like, it just, although I will agree, I kind of want to watch this at home with subtitles because it's like it goes pretty fast and the sound mix isn't the best.
Yeah,
it's as close as you're gonna get to an Ono film, honestly.
Or just like a very fast-paced, freaking gotta go.
Everybody is saying stuff, and it's all important.
Yeah.
Or just like funny, or like you want to know what
I do also appreciate there's literal editor notes of like, where's this guy from? Oh, he's Insomniac Spider-Man. He's from here.
That's
like,
what I was saying.
It's good. It's just like nice. You're actually telling people where they're from, other than the original ones that you guys made up, like Peter B. Parker. This
Cyborg Spider-Woman, who I really expected to get a moment, and she never does. She's just in the background the whole time.
Yeah, they're selling toys of her, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. No, legit, there's some spider costumes that are like, oh, I fucking recognize you. Legit, after, Mumbattan, when that whole scene's wrapping up, and you see all the spider people trying to, fix the plot hole, which is what that is. It's a plot hole. We can admit it. Across the Spider-Verse took a plot point from the Ultra Critic.
God damn it! Boingo! I hate you. I hate you so much.
That is the best thing you've ever said, man.
One of the spider people was Old Man Ben.
Oh.
Yeah.
I recognize like one of them as like an alt costume in one of the games.
Yeah, that's Old Man Ben.
No, I was like with the one with the zipper. It wasn't like a buff guy. It was like a slimmer one with just a jacket.
Yeah, no, it's a jacket. He has a little bit of a dad bod.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's a universe where Uncle Ben got bit, not Peter.
Isn't he like the big reveal at the end of the original comic Spider-Verse?
He's not a big reveal. He is a big character, though.
Okay.
Speaking of the other Spider-Verse and big characters, I guess the two major Spider fellas besides 2099 are Spider-Man India and Spider-Punk. How do we feel about them?
Here's the thing. I actually actively listen to punk rock a lot of times. He is very typical stereotype of a punk rocker, which is fine. It's a kid's movie. It's trying to get it across. But it's just like, you roll your eyes the third time he goes like, I'm against the rules, man. It's like, yeah, we get it.
I found it funny. Like, they kept the gag fresh.
I like Toby. I like him.
He's a good character. I like him. It's rolling his eyes of like, yeah, dude, we get it. Go over there with your fucking smelly ass crust pants.
Look, Buggles just lived the punk rock
I need to talk about how Mayday is a true anarchist.
Yes, he's great. Great. Also, I really loved I can't forget Spider-Man India. He was so fun in this movie. Like I just love the little yo-yos he has.
Mhm.
It's just so positive. He's just like, well, that's like literally just like another positive adventure.
They
And
invented Spider-Man without depression.
yeah, and he's like, I guess the only thing he really gets like anal about is like chai tea. So yeah, I mean, he's
Yeah.
got pretty good.
It's just chai, man. It's just chai.
No, here's the thing. In English, chai tea is a very specific form of tea. That's the difference.
You really gonna start this?
Yeah, no,
But I
because
tea debate.
yeah, because there's actual specific reasons for why you say it certain ways.
Yeah, but like
I never thought Boingo Rider would be racist on stream, but here we go.
Buddy, there is a difference between the recipe that is used for chai and the recipe used for green tea.
I literally don't care. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about your boy,
Let's talk about my boy. Who is my boy again?
the Spot.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's the best part. I will say, he's the best part of the movie.
I fully expected when that clip released. I fully expected like, oh, he's just going to be in the first 10 minutes to get the plot going. Okay, no,
He is the plot.
They took this funny little guy and they made him a multiversal singularity threat. Holy balls! I love that.
Yeah, that is. I love like when villains like get more powered up throughout a story, and this just goes crazy. Especially the visual when he first powers up like into his final form. It's just like it looks out straight like an Eve music video of just
love
this, like,
how
hand sketch.
He's constantly trying to explain to Miles, like, no, our origins are connected. I should be your nemesis. This should be, like, fun for us. And Miles is just like, I don't need a nemesis. I'm just trying to get through life. It's fine. It's like, no, you don't get it. This is your fault. You ruined my life, fuckboy.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to give you a branch to make this at least a little bit fun, because, like, I am longing for human connection. But you fucked over everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love how his backstory connects to the first movie, which like I think is like really connects to the first movie. So it's like you can like cut like end credit scenes of like the first movie out, and like combine these the next two movies with the first movie, and like you can make like a complete like linear trilogy story.
Oh yeah,
you know?
this is gonna make a good marathon someday.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that they took what was essentially just a really cute gag of just one of them throwing a bagel and just was like, yeah, no, that's the guy.
That changes everything.
Yeah,
Butterfly
people are just
effect,
keep
bitch.
posting that like bagel clip ever since the movie came out. Just that's the bagel. That's the bagel.
Mhm.
Like that's the thing that caused this movie.
Yeah, that and like people were posting that old Miles meme of, oh, it's my first day of Spider-Man school. I hope nobody realizes my parents are alive.
Oh, yeah, I think that kind of inadvertently predicted the movie. Because like the entire like they want to like I don't want to, but like they have to like to keep the algorithmic canon. They have to keep.
It feels so like Doctor Who, but way more smart than Doctor Who usually does. The whole fixed moment in time thing.
See, here's the thing: you say that, and I'm just sitting here going like, "Oh, this is just Grant Morrison."
Oh yeah,
yeah, I can see that too.
This just feels like a Grant Morrison plot. Of like you are a fictional character, you have to hit certain emotional beats in order for your story to matter and be worth something, and the character fundamentally rejecting that of no, it's my life, and that disconnect between text and metatext.
Yeah, it also I will say that like Grant Morrison has been pseudo obsessed with multiverses for a while now.
Yeah. I will say, very fun timing for this movie to come out, given what's happening in current mainline continuity of just its entire thesis being, you can't keep telling the same story all over again. You gotta defy fate, man. Like that's how I took it.
And it's even better that like most of the characters in this movie aren't Peter Parker. And like the one Peter Parker we really know in this continuity from the first movie, he gets like a half hour of screen time. He shows up, he is silly, he offers some sage advice, and then he's out of there.
Yeah, and then he's helping Gwen form the band in the next movie. Also, let's talk about Gwen. She's great. The movie literally starts on her. So yeah,
the short film with that Captain Stacy was great.
Mm-hmm. Who voiced Captain Stacy? I thought I recognized the voice, but I couldn't place it.
I can't.
Oh damn! Buster's muted. Now I can't find out.
Oh no! I can Google real quick. Let me Google on my phone.
Oh
boy. No. Again, I just putting on my fucking comic book nerd hat of just like, oh, there's certain moments in canon that are like set in stone. Bitch, what if?
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, I would pop so hard next movie that Miguel or someone says, like, there are certain moments that have to happen that are set in stone, that are canon. And Miles just goes like,
and then the Watcher just shows up and he's like, bitch, please.
He just goes like, yeah.
Well, can they even use the Watcher?
If Marvel Studios says yes.
Okay.
Technically.
Yeah, speaking of remember when people thought that Nerd on 6999 Doctor Strange line was going to be a bigger deal than it's just literally just Miguel.
It is a throwaway line.
It is a throwaway line, but it's a line that pops me because fuck yeah. Actually acknowledging that the MCU is 199999.
Yeah. Also, maybe it's just Miguel just really hates Tom Holland or some shit. I don't know. I mean, apparently the directors say Miguel is supposed to be like an avatar for people who can't accept Miles. So I wouldn't put it past him.
In that regard, there's also something interesting. Like, he is representative of the 90s. 2099 is a very 90s character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't find who voices to answer a vast question. I can't find who voices Captain Stacy. So
I got a name, but I can't click and see what else they've been in.
Okay.
Shea Wingham.
Oh.
Yeah, I do not recognize that name. But
I guess
he did a great job.
Yeah, I guess that speaks to the freaking casting of they just cast people who can do a good job rather than the A-list. I mean, they still get people no names like Andy Samberg for Ben Reilly, but they mainly try to do okay, we're not going to go for the name, we're going to go for can you do this character well?
Yeah, you know? and like you said there, it's not even we're casting this name to be this name. We are casting them to play a role. Andy Samberg doesn't sound like, oh, I'm Andy Samberg playing a Spider-Man. He sounds like he's trying to be angsty 90s Ben Reilly.
Yeah, I barely heard him in Ben Reilly, which is great.
It almost makes me a little annoyed that Spinneret didn't get any lines, because you have a Mary Jane voice actress. She's right there.
Yeah. There's already a lot of characters and lines in this movie, man.
That's true. That's true.
He was in a couple things. He's a movie guy. American Hustle, Waco, Perry Mason.
There you go. But the only Spider person we still haven't really talked about, though. How are you guys feeling about this version of Jessica Drew?
I think she's based off of a very specific version.
Yeah, I know it's it's two versions. I think it's the pregnant one from 2015. And she was fine. She was fine. She was cute.
She's maybe the weakest point in the movie for me, because she honestly doesn't really feel like much of her own character. She's entirely there in service of Gwen and Miguel's arcs.
Yeah.
It's not optimal. And she's also there to just go it's not just Gwen that's a weird Gwen and Miles that are weird spider people. There are other weird spider people.
There's a T-Rex in this movie.
There are people who aren't Peter. That T-Rex is named Peter Parker, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, I know, but I just say there's a T-Rex. That's fun to say.
By the way, that moment when he goes can this day get any weirder? That's when I was really at my most. Takuya could show up right now. It could happen right now.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, like I thought he was gonna appear in the post-credit scene. I'm like, there's no post-credit scenes. Oh, never
But
mind.
no, instead we got, what was that supposed to be? Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, the 2D guy.
Yeah, oh, that was funny. Like that was, I really like that. Just like he's just passed by, and it's like, no, the T-Rex showed up in the weirder, and then it's like the scene kept going. That chase scene's great, so
Yeah.
good. Um, Especially oh god, the music in this film's so good. Like both the
Mhm.
licensed songs that or just actually they made an album for it, so it's not even
Oh,
like
wow.
super like yeah, like 13 songs, and then they also made they had the album songs and then they had the instrumentals, and the instrumentals are really good.
The score,
Um,
you mean?
Yeah, score.
Can I also just real quick say thank you for actually having the right SPDR?
Oh yeah, I saw that and I literally went, "Oh, that's gonna make Boingo happy."
It's a
What's
fucking
SPDR?
SPDR. Penny's
Penny's
mech.
mech suit.
Oh, oh yeah, they yeah, I know I know that was gonna make like my friends happy because they just gave her Evangelion comic design,
It's
which
great.
is really cool. Yeah, which is like they understood like, oh, people did like 100% love this Penny. We'll just like freaking take the comic design, which is
We'll
cute.
we'll make her a little older and we'll give her the proper mech.
Yeah, which is cute.
But they also kept the LED screen, but it's like a smaller one on the face, and it's not just a big bubble. Like
yeah.
they understood that people appreciated the old one, but they also was like, oh, the comic one's popular. They mashed the two. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we see more of it in Beyond.
Where's my
'cause he is
super
part of
expensive
the-
import figure of it?
Yeah.
Eventually, one day.
Should we talk about the big debate that's been raging online with this movie for a little bit?
There's been a lot of debates, man.
I'm talking about the one you specifically said we needed to talk about, Buster.
I didn't say we needed to, but like we could. I guess we could.
What?
So there is a big thing with Gwen in this movie, and it's that in a lot of her scenes, there's a certain color palette used, and you can see a certain flag in her room in a couple shots. A lot of people have been saying Gwen in this universe is, if not overtly a trans woman, she is meant to be an allegory for trans women.
I mean, sure, but like, there's sure.
I clearly see it. I think it's very much there just because, like, the spider person struggle can be allegorized to a lot of things. And I think, yeah, those colors are there. I did notice that flag. I thought it was just meant to be like, Miles has a BLM button. I thought it was just meant to be like, hey, the makers of this film support these things, so the characters support these things too.
Here's the thing: the colors thing doesn't make any sense because that's just how they've always portrayed the Spider-Gwen stuff in the comics.
But it gets like more and more extreme and abstract when you get into the really emotional scenes with her.
Yeah.
And
also like my friend who is part of that did explain like it works. It can be an allegory like shit like in that
Yeah.
like
that's where I fall. I see it very much as like, yeah, it's clearly meant to be an allegory. Now that I've seen people talking about it and I've had some time to think about it myself, I didn't necessarily put the pieces together in the theater, but now I'm like, yeah, it's probably an allegory. I don't think it's overtly meant to be like Gwen is a trans woman, but if the directors come out and say like, yeah, that's what we were doing, fine. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Great stuff. Yeah. I did appreciate. I did notice like, hey, wait a minute in the theater like first time around when I saw those colors, but then again, I'm part of that shit, so
Mhm.
I'm a bit more open of like knowing these things.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
colors are just the ones in the comics.
Well, yeah, but like they use those colors to like enhance shit. Yeah, tell a story. You know what I mean. Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah. What else do we have to cover?
I really like Miles's parents in this. I thought they were written very realistically and very entertainingly.
I love his dad, especially.
Yeah, the fucking scene where he's doing Spider-Man and talking to his dad at the construction site, that was great. The big argument at the party, that felt so real in the best way.
That hit me too well. That hit me too close to home, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit. We are in full spoiler territory, so I'll just say, like, they did a great job with Uncle Aaron in this movie.
Yeah, the freaking as soon as like Actually, as soon as I realized, oh, this is Earth 42, I'm like, are we gonna see Evil Miles? Evil Miles? Evil Miles? Like, and they did. They did.
Which, here's the thing, they already did an Evil Miles Morales in the comics with
That's what I'm
Spider-Man
saying.
2.
That's
That
what,
one
like-
was also shit.
Yeah, like, are they gonna freaking Civil? I know Vac doesn't like the Civil War, but it's like it's better than the comics. So I'm saying, are they gonna like Civil War it, where it's like we're gonna try to make it slightly better than the
All right,
comic?
let me stop you right there. The Civil War movie, I'm fully capable of acknowledging it's way better than the comic. I just don't love it as much as everybody else.
Okay, I know you like you're not as hot on it as everyone else, but yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that like I was like, hey, are you like I do like that there's potential and a story of that, especially if we go with the world without Spider-Man and the way they're doing it. And I fully trust these directors to do some interesting stuff with it.
It's also interesting just because the whole like world without Peter Parker Spider-Man is really fucked up. That's what some of Gwen's first comics were about. Like her Earth in the comics is really fucked up when it gets started. Like Matt Murdock is an enforcer for the Kingpin.
Oh, will we see Matt Murdock in this like next movie?
Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, Sony,
Because that's another thing that's like, again, putting on the comic hat, they go like, oh, there's certain points of canon that are like infallible and always have to happen. I'm just going like, bitch, please. How many spider people have had to deal with the death of Jean DeWolf? How many have had to deal with Sin Eater?
I've never seen that name in the chat before. Welcome, it's Jesus.
Doubtful. Oh, that's a friend of mine. Hi. Yeah. We're just.
But like that's the thing. Matthew Murdock is probably Spider-Man's closest superhero friend.
Yeah.
And that is a big major part of Spider-Man's character is the death of Jean DeWolf, Sin Eater, Daredevil. That whole bit is like super important. And they've done it a couple times.
I would kill to get like at least some kind of wink and a nod towards that in Daredevil Born Again.
Well, here, I mean, I did pitch my what I would do for a trilogy, a second Spider-Man MCU trilogy. You just do the death of Jean DeWolf story arc.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this movie. What else? I think we covered mostly everything.
Spider Cowboy was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an actual. Again, I think most of the actual things are inspired by real.
Oh yeah, like the director says, like 70 actual spider people with like a bunch of OCs thrown in, which like the OCs are really cool.
I mean, one of the OC had lines.
Persona does show up in the movie and gets lines.
Yeah, it was great. I like that. It was like, my bad, y'all. I feel like I'm missing something. They were missing Takuya. I kid.
We are missing Takuya, but
that's the next year of No Prize podcast. That's what the arc's going to be called, Missing Takuya.
Was the Avatar lady in OC? No, I don't think so.
Spider-Bite? No, she is a comics character.
Yeah.
She's a little different in the comics, but it's not like a huge.
Everyone's a little different in the comics at this point.
Yeah, I am a little different in the comics.
Because here's the thing, none of these are the comic book character. They're like from the universe to the right of it.
Yeah, there's a movie interpretation of the comic characters. Yeah. That's what's going on because they use the comic universe numbers for Miles and Gwen in this.
And that
speaking of comic adaptations and movies, the Venom lady makes a cameo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was just gonna be a commercial for the movie. I didn't know it was actually gonna be part of it. It was cute. It was like
that was my whole half my theater was going like what, and the other half was going what.
Okay, so the whole thing is about canon and diverging from the Spider-Man formula and everything, and so we're theorizing like, oh, they're gonna get all the super weird, obscure spider people to help Miles and be that side of the army. So Spider-Punk, who's not a Peter Parker, Spider-Gwen, a Peter Parker who's allowed to grow up and be a dad, because that can never happen in Spider-Man canon.
Apparently.
Okay, but Takuya, who's like given powers by aliens and has a giant mech. Well, there's others you can add.
Yeah, I just can't think of them right now.
Punisher Spider-Man, who goes off to be an assassin.
The universe from that What If story where Flash becomes Spider-Man.
There's that. There's the one if like he never gave up the Venom symbiote, so it's a Venom Peter.
Mm.
There's
Oh my god, dude! Venom Peter shows up and he's voiced by Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, I was gonna mention Spider Shadow. A
Spider-Man who never gave up the Enigma Force.
Just you can just even make like OC ones that like fit within the themes, you know?
You don't even have to make OC ones.
A Spider-Man that is who's that other guy that Morlun ate in the original Morlun story?
The totem guy?
Yeah, the totem guy shows up.
Totem guy shows up. Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, I'm kind of glad they didn't adapt the spider totems. That was a dumb kind of. Oh,
they did. Yeah. Oh. They did in spirit, but without saying, "Oh, we're all spider totems." It's like, no.
Yeah.
Every Spider-Man has parts of the web of life and parts of canon. That's.
Yeah, I was
that's
so
the
ready
whole
for
spider
Madam
totem
Web to show up, and she never did.
Oh my! Oh no, oh no, that'd be bad.
She's probably next movie.
Madam Web movie.
No, I was just thinking like, oh, what if the '90s cartoon Madam Web shows up?
I mean, next movie, there's still
no, she can't. Her actress died.
Oh, yeah.
She was voiced by Stan Lee's wife.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? Oh, Buster's gone again.
Buster just be busting in and out.
But you could also get there's a manga called Spider-Man Red or something.
Oh, that's cool, Buster.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
All right. You have a good night. You take care.
There's a Spider-Man manga called Spider-Man Red or Spider-Man False Red, I think it is, where a dude just finds a Spider-Man costume and just has to be a hero for because of circumstances. He just gets wrapped up and stuff, and he's like, "No, I'm a regular dude, but I can embody the spirit of Spider-Man." Like he shows up. I was like, "I'm just a dude."
Yeah.
There's so many. There's little things that you can do.
Also, that reminded me. I totally forgot to put in the news. They announced this week there's going to be a new Spider-Man manga where Doc Ock gets reincarnated as a schoolgirl.
Yep. I mean, hey, it's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a manga where Barack Obama became a Japanese high schooler.
What?
High school girl.
That's amazing! I want to read that.
It's a minor plot point later on in the book, and that's not even the craziest plot point.
Oh my god!
It's called Air Gear. And they ride rocket powered roller skates.
Oh man, I love Stormhawks.
And no, Spider-Verse was pretty good.
Yeah, very, very good movie. Very, 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 yes, I like it.
Yeah.
I think I gave it a 9 out of 10 in my media thread.
Ugh. I just like the movie because I don't have to quantify my enjoyment of things.
Well, I do. It makes my brain do a happy to do that with things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, ready for some news?
Oh my god, is it news time already? My favorite time of the day.
It's news o'clock!
I'll get Jonah in here. Let's go.
Hold on. I want to fix something.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, let me just pat myself on the back real quick, because since I got Mezco Superman, I decided to spruce up my DC Icons Supergirl, and I got her a wired cloth cape.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god, this fucking night. Buster's having internet problems. Boingo's getting hailed. I'm spending money on toys. Everything's out of the ordinary. I totally don't do that all the time. Yeah, Soup, look. Oh man, I can friggin' pose this thing around. It looks great. Very easy to remove the old cape and glue this one on. It maybe looks a little big. Definitely don't like how it bunches up around the collar as much as the stock one, but the stock one was a piece of rubber that you couldn't pose, and you can pose this. So, I'm gonna have some fun taking some new Super Bowl pictures very soon. Follow me on Instagram for figure photography at _vacuuminator, because it's going to be photos of that. It's going to be photos of Mezco Superman. Going to be photos of that new Marvel Legends Doc Ock. It's going to be all kinds of shit because I'm trying to get back into a regular group of that, and mostly
Hello, I'm
succeeding.
back.
Hey,
Ready for news?
Do you still need stalling at all?
No, we're good.
Okay, great. Let's get in.
The Directors Guild reaches a tentative deal with studios and streamers.
Yeah. So this doesn't end the strike, and this isn't official yet.
Because it's two different guilds.
Yeah. But the Directors Guild has reportedly reached a deal that will give them higher wages, better benefits, and protectorates against AI. And they are currently planning to vote on whether or not to ratify it on Tuesday. Yeah. So we'll be knowing about that very soon. And like, this isn't going to end the strike, but yes, Buster, it is significant progress. If this happens, it means the writer's strike could end a lot sooner than expected,
because they're willing to deal with the Directors Guild, that they maybe are they're maybe moving to be much more amicable to the Writers Guild, especially because a lot of the other entertainment union guild stuff went to the Writers Guild and had meetings with them, which as far as I was like looking through, is not a common occurrence.
Yeah, and I also think like the fact that the internet is a much more prevalent thing right now than it was back during the last writer's strike, and people have been talking about this constantly and the last writer's strike at the same time, has probably made a lot of people in Hollywood a lot more like, oh man, we do need to resolve this as quick as possible. Especially
because they can't frame the argument like they did in the 2008 one, where it's like, oh, your writers are making it so your favorite shows can't happen. It's like, we're actively rejecting that framing and going like, no, you're the one stopping everything. Pay them what they're worth. Given to their demands. So yeah.
Very, very nice. Hopefully it continues in this direction.
Tom Holland says Spider-Man 4 on pause in solidarity with writer strike. Good.
Yeah. He was doing press for another movie, and people asked him, like, hey, Spider-Verse is coming out. When's your next Spider movie happening? And he's like, we've had meetings. We've discussed ideas. There are things in the works. And hopefully it'll happen soon, but I don't know how soon because we decided to stop talking until after the writer's strike.
Yep, which is, good on everybody. Rumor the Punisher is getting his own Disney Plus show. Sure.
Yeah. Apparently, this comes from a trusted Hollywood inside scoop person that the Daredevil episode that features the Punisher is going over so well with Marvel Internal right now that they're saying, like, yeah, if this plays well when it comes out, we should do another Punisher show with this guy. So hopefully that all happens, because I liked John Bernthald's Punisher in the Netflix Daredevil show. I liked the first season of his show. I haven't gotten to watch the second season yet, but I've heard good things about it. So yeah, keep this guy as the Punisher for as long as possible, please.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine if we get the current Punisher run as a story.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man 4 taking longer than usual. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
Spider-Man producers tease live-action Miles Morales movie and animated Spider-Man movie. It's all happening. Sure.
Yeah, Amy Pascal and Avi Arad have been doing the rounds for Across the Spider-Verse, and they've been getting asked, like, hey, what are you doing? What else is happening? And they're like, yep, we are working on a Miles Morales Spider-Man movie that'll be live action and set in the MCU, and we're still doing that Spider-Women spin-off of the Spider-Verse movies. We're doing it. We're spinning those plates, boy. Just look at them go. Ho 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 ho.
Yeah. And until I hear anything more concrete, I'm just going to kind of consider those vaporware.
Yeah.
Why the Flash's Ezra Miller won't do press for the film? Because they fucked up.
Yeah, big time.
Like, we don't even need an article for that. We just need the 3 words. They fucked up.
But apparently somebody that's close to them, like one of their aides, got asked recently, and they were like, well, Ezra wants the focus to be on the movie, not on Ezra. So, we're choosing to make the movie as important as possible. It's like, sure, buddy. Sure. I don't remember if we talked about this last week or not, but Warner Brothers has publicly put out a press release saying that Ezra will be at the world premiere for brief photo ops and to see the finished movie, but they're not going to be doing like proper press for the film.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Ezra Miller's a weird cancerous growth on the DC property, and they either need to do heavy chemotherapy to get it under control or cut the tumor out.
I really hope there's a post credit scene in Flash that's just like, and here's this universe's Wally West.
Yeah. The Flash, DC reportedly blurred out parts of the film's ending in early screenings to maintain secrets. Why?
Yeah, there's apparently a bunch of crazy shit in the third act that we're not supposed to know about until the movie actually releases. I've heard all kinds of rumors. I've heard rumors of a CGI Christopher Reeve. I have heard rumors of they got this person or that person back. I've heard rumors of animated characters appearing in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just all kinds of insane shit. I'm not going to believe any of it till I see it, but I think it's interesting that this has come out. And also, I saw just a little bit before we started. There's an editor who reportedly said they were told to leave things out between screenings to keep secrecy in place. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on with this movie, man?
Yeah. Here's the thing: if we see a full-on Christopher Reeve, I'll be mad. If we see a body double and master recordings of Reeve from back in like the 70s, I'll be okay with that.
If the family signed off on whatever it is, I'll be okay. That's usually my rule.
I would be okay. Like, if the family signs off on like it, yeah, sure, but like, I don't want to see a CGI Christopher Reeve. Like, de-aging a character, putting another living actor's character on a body. It's like, okay, that's just digital makeup. The Flash 2, Warner Brothers has completed script for sequel already.
Oh no. Oh no. I hope this has been lying around since before Gunn got hired.
Yeah. Alright, whatever. It's there. It exists. The Flash, goddamn it. Flash director hints he may be involved with the DCU's next Batman movie. Sure, if he did a good job and James Gunn thinks that he can handle it, sure.
This is also predicated on almost nothing because literally one interviewer asked him, like, hey, so you got to do Michael Keaton's Batman. If you got to do the new Batman for the new DC universe, what would you do with that? And he said, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that right now. And people are like, does that mean he's directing the movie and he's under an NDA? No, that just means he'd have to check with his boss before he can say anything, bro.
It's also just like, yeah, that's what you say when you're dealing with projects. You don't be a big weirdo about it. Aquaman in Lost Kingdom, James Wan confirms adjustment made to fit into the DCU. Sure, if everybody goes like, cool, this can work, kind of fit in. Jason Momoa is a fine Aquaman.
Yeah, I liked the first movie, and I'm actually tentatively looking forward to the second one. Hopefully, there is as little of that woman as possible. Yeah. But James Wan is basically saying here, like, because most of my movies take place underwater, I don't really have to do a ton to line up with the other DC movies, but there's been little adjustments here and there we've had to make due to Gunn coming in and like changes that are going to be happening in The Flash.
Like, maybe we're not going to reference these characters that, like, we're not going to reference Black Adam if there was one. We changed that line.
Yeah.
Or little things like that.
ADR is a tool that's being employed.
Yeah. Instead of saying like, "Oh yeah, where were you when Metropolis was destroyed?" It's like, "Where were you when all these disasters happened?"
Mm.
You know, well, it's easy. Yeah. I can see easy things being changed. Robert
Well,
Pattinson's Batman Part 2 filming delayed to 2024.
Yep, this is a writer's strike thing.
Yep, totally fair, totally worth the do.
Mm-hmm.
New trailer for TMNT Mutant Mayhem came out. It looks cute as fuck.
This movie looks so fun. Like a really nice reinterpretation of what the Turtles can and should be without just going like ninjas and Shredder and the Utroms. Look at these things you've seen before. Like the main villain of this movie is Baxter fucking Stockman.
It's just like, okay, we're not gonna use the big villains. We're gonna it's like making a brand new Spider-Man movie and making the Vulture your first villain.
Mm-hmm. They're going. Here's the henchman squad.
Here's the Scrimblows. Here's all your favorite toys that you had when you were a kid.
Here's the Turtles actually written like and voiced by teenagers.
Yeah.
And also Jackie Chan Splinter. We finally get to hear a whole lot of him in this trailer, and I think he might become my favorite Splinter.
Yeah.
I really like Jackie Chan's voice as Splinter for some reason. It's so good.
It's because it's for some reason the lines I heard, it felt like Jackie Chan was doing a very like Chinese New York accent, like that kind of immigrant to New York learning English in a very specific regional dialect kind of thing. It works.
Oh, Buster says this is supposed to launch into a new TMNT show. This is a pilot movie released in theaters? When was the last time that happened? Freaking Clone Wars?
Maybe. But like, yeah, no, it seems really focused on the mutants, which also always get turned into minions. They don't get a ton of love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you said, it's always Shredder. It's always
I mean, Mondo Gecko has a line in this trailer. When was the last time Mondo Gecko got like big screen love?
Well, I mean, in the shows, he's always gotten love.
Yeah, Mondo Gecko is like an episode or two.
Yeah.
But, man, that movie looks super fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Probably going to see it in theaters. And, oh man, I guess I guess I have full-on transition into, like, I'm not a hardcore Turtles fan, but I am definitely into Turtles now.
Yeah, Mondo Gecko's a pretty major character in 2012.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to get on Turtle toys.
They do a lot of that a lot of times with because that's the thing. Rob Paulson played 80s Raph.
Yeah.
2012 Mikey. No, 2012 Donnie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's always on tap, and they do goofy things with that with like the other cast members too.
Mm-hmm.
But first bit of comic book news. Ooh, for a comic book podcast. Jonathan Hickman reveals he almost wrote 2 beloved DC titles instead of X-Men. It's the DC titles you expect Jonathan Hickman to want to write.
Yep, DC tried to lure him away. They did the carrot stick thing, and they said, hey, you could write Legion of Superheroes, buddy. You could write the New Gods. We know you've always those are your favorite DC characters. Come on over. And he was like, but they're offering me X-Men. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, but we know there's somebody at DC that knows that and has tried to make that happen and could try to make that happen again in the future. So, you know, you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, but it does seem like those are the things that Jonathan Hickman likes at DC, and there's a lot of things Hickman likes at Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can do Avengers and Fantastic Four and X-Men, and now you're making your own brand new thing that you can just invest time and energy into.
We're giving you the whole damn Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, no, it's when Marvel wants to keep a person to their detriment, Marvel will give them the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah. And then they'll let people like Tom King slip through their finger.
Yeah. I honestly think Tom King's better at DC.
Probably, but like he only ever wrote one Marvel book.
Yeah. Yeah, Marvel, Dan Slott, Brian Michael Bendis, like they will if they see a person that they really want to keep at Marvel, they don't hire them to exclusive contracts because I don't think they've
And
ever had they don't have exclusive contracts at Marvel. They
yeah,
literally just go like, "Hey, here's the keys to the kingdom. Do whatever the fuck you want." Oh, I got this much power? Holy
yeah.
shit.
Thank God Bendis is like a free agent right now, though.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's six one way, half dozen the other. Which way you'd prefer a company to deal with their writers?
Hmm.
Like either way, it's not the greatest thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Marvel confirms a new Superior Spider-Man series. Sure, Dan.
Okay, Dan. Speaking of people just being handed keys to the kingdom and not knowing how to control themselves.
Here's the thing: he's not being handed. They took the keys away from him. They're now just giving him a Winnebago and go like, go wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah, they took the keys away and then they were like, "Oh shit, there's nothing else you can do." And we need money and people aren't into what we're doing with Spider-Man now that you're gone. Here?
Do this on the side while we try and work through our problems.
Hmm. I don't know. I mean, the original Superior Spider-Man is like one of the best Spider-Man comics in the last 20 years. But do we really want to mess that up?
Yeah. But hey, Marvel also announces a new Captain America series by J. Michael Straczynski. Oh, sweet, he's back.
Yeah, JMS is coming back to comics, and he is writing one of my special little guys, except he's actually a special big guy. He's doing a Captain America run because Sentinel of Liberty is about to wrap up after the Cold War event, and it looks like this is going to be a very back to basics kind of book about Steve. And I'm always down for that. I'm always
Yeah.
down for Steve just getting on his bike, reflecting on his past, and trying to find a real America.
And JMS coming back, writing some books. He's good at those.
Yeah.
New Godzilla, Best of Mecha Godzilla, IDW one shot happening.
Yeah, they're putting out basically a trade-sized one-shot that collects a lot of their like best Mecha Godzilla stories, or a lot of the ones that made them the most money.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, hopefully there's stuff people are excited to see again in there.
Yeah. It was always a good idea to reprint stuff.
Hmm.
Now it's time to toy news that I gotta open up.
Yeah.
So why don't you plug some shit real? Actually, no. Scratch that. I'm already almost done opening them all.
Oh wow! Look at you, Speedy Gonzalez tonight.
Yeah. He owns a pizza restaurant in the Looney Tunes show.
Oh, nice.
Like, I say that because like I once got into a dumb internet, like someone was saying something dumb and it's like, oh yeah, they've gotten rid of Speedy Gonzalez because he's racist. Like, no, they've brought him back, and in fact he was a major part of this one specific show where he's a business owner. And like, yeah, he's cool. He's not just a stereotype.
I need to read IDW Gojira. You say that like there's a fucking IDW Godzilla continuity. They just do miniseries, man.
Yeah, just random Godzillas. Hey, guess what? SH Figure Arts, Ant-Man and the Quantum Mania.
Yeah, this was announced months and months ago, back around the time the movie came out, and we got a couple of quick teaser images. But this is the full solicitation where we get to see all the pics and all the stuff it comes with. He comes with a big old juice jug. He comes with an unmasked head and a special hand holding a thing of pin particles. And yeah, yeah, I agree, Buster. This looks messy. This looks like typical SH Figure Arts. We don't know how to capture the aesthetic of a skin tight suit, and also our face printing tech kind of sucks because that Scott head, that's rough, man.
Here's the thing, for a while they had some of the best screen printing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but just like shortly after Endgame figures, it crapped out. and I guess they need to get good. And you know what? Even like I think it's just like the MCU stuff because like that new Indiana Jones they announced a couple weeks ago looks all right, and freaking Shin Kamen Rider the unmasked heads for those figure arts look amazing.
Hmm.
So what's going on? Disney just giving you guys shit files or something?
Yeah, it's weird. Marvel Legends MCU Gladiator Hulk.
So this is a deluxe price pointed re-release of the Build-A-Figure that they did back when the movie came out. There is some slightly more accurate paint for the tattoos, and the contrast has been cranked up on that one shoulder pad. But other than that, this is a figure a lot of people already have. It's a total just here it is again if you missed it kind of a thing.
Hey, and that's always a cool thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks cool.
Yeah.
The Flash, Ben Affleck, Batman, and Bat Cycle. Who's making this toy? Hot Toys.
Yeah, this is one of two Hot Toys announcements we got for the Flash, and it's almost hilarious because people are kind of excited about this bat suit of how like oh finally we get a gray and yellow bat suit in live action. I think this bat cycle looks really boring and just basic techno bike.
Yeah.
But we also know from like several interviews and articles this Batman is going to be in the movie for like 5 minutes.
I do not like this bat armor. It's too strappy.
Yeah.
There's too many straps.
Mm-hmm. That's the way a lot of the Affleck suits look to me. Did they ever Marvel Select did an Immortal Hulk figure back when that comic was new. I think it's kind of pricey on the aftermarket because it was one of those figures that like it was a rare moment of Marvel Select made a good figure of a popular comic when that comic was still going on. So there were like 3 or 4 runs of that thing, and every time it would pre-order sell out on several sites, and then when it went in stock on sites, it would sell out within the same day. So like it's a lot of people wanted that thing, and I don't know how easy it is to get a hold of anymore.
But yeah, no, Marvel Legends hasn't. Yeah, I do not like this bat suit. You know what it looks like? It looks like cheap 3D printed material.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
know.
It's the hexagons and the straps don't like it.
Yeah, it's too many aesthetics going on at the same time. Like I like that they at least tried to do a gray and blue bat suit, but the rest of it doesn't play nice with that aesthetic.
Yeah. The Flash preview of the Batman Batsuit collection from Hot Toys. Look at these bat suits.
Yep. It's that one shot in the trailer? Here we made not figures, but like statue bodies with suits that you could put on a Batman figure. That's a box set we're gonna do. You're gonna be able to recreate that one shot on your shelf. Look, it's a proto 89 bat suit. It's an 89 bat suit in comic colors. It's just straight up the 89 suit. It's the return suit. It's an 89 style version of the Kingdom Come suit, an 89 style version of the Nightmare suit, and then the suit Michael Keaton's actually going to wear in the movie is in the middle there.
Yeah. You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Buddy, they're going to be 50 years old with a lot of disposable income.
Yeah, this shit like this is made for people like Matt Cardone. Okay, this isn't made for people like you and me.
McFarlane Toys extend their licensing agreement. Cool.
3 more years.
Yeah,
3 more years until I have another shot at I'm not going to say good DC figures, but DC figures, a retail collector DC line that appeals directly to me would be nice. And this is not that. It's like I like the big monster figures that Todd does of those kind of characters. Those are his strong suit. But like everybody else being in that same kind of body with the articulation that is supposedly good but never plays with itself well, and the scale that just puts it out of scale with everything else I want to buy. It's kind of alienating. So not super happy about this, but hey, if it's happening, it means DC Toys are making money right now. So I guess that's good in general.
We got some new McFarlane toys though.
Oh yeah, plenty of pre-orders went up this week.
Yeah, we got some more Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this isn't a bad Batman.
Yeah. This is you. I can't see your screen. Are you looking at Nightfall Batman right now?
Hold on, let me fix that then. We were trying to get started quick and fast, and we didn't do this.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Just start doing the Betty Boop song. There we go.
Hey, I can see it now.
Yep, there we go. They're still making those. It's just the comics that they're bundling with them are fucking bullshit.
Yeah, there's two different lines going on. This is the multiverse line. So yeah, this is Nightfall Batman. I've seen a lot of people say this is really close to like their perfect evergreen Batman. There's just like a few little tweaks they'd make. So nice to see that for people who are collecting this line.
Yeah, it's not a bad Batman. The only addition I would have is the bat sigil on the front of the belt. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there should always be a belt buckle on superhero belts.
Yeah.
Batwing?
Yeah. Cool to see like a character that I only know from the New 52. Because I think he was introduced a little bit before that, but he had a solo title in the New 52, and I never read it, but people told me it was neat. And this looks like a solid rendition of that suit.
Yeah.
Nice that he comes with booster effects.
And then a Batman Two-Face.
Yep. Look, everybody, it's a suit that was only on one cover.
Like standalone story?
Oh God, we could do a whole show on that.
Oh yeah. In fact, people have done whole shows on that. What's up, Comic Pop?
Shaman, Long Halloween, Year One, frickin'
the first Joker story, The Man Who Laughed, the original one.
Yeah, or Lovers and Madmen is a really good Joker story.
Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader?
I don't know if that's like a good standalone. I feel like you have to have read some Batman to really enjoy that.
Sure. I
really like if you want to read just like a quick 2 free issue story from a recent Batman comic, my favorite arc from Tom King's run is Cold Days. All you really need to know is Batman just got left at the altar and it's weighing on him.
Batman
really
Universe.
Batman Universe is good.
By Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah.
It's a cute story. I'm trying to think of some other. Honestly, you could just go through like a couple of the early Legends of the Dark Knight, and you can find some interesting stories.
Oh yeah, go read Batman Gothic. How have you not read that yet? We did an AF on that. It's really good.
Batman Gothic. There's also you already said Shaman. Batman. Yeah. The original Venom story would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story literally called Batman Venom before Bane ever existed.
I mean,
Batman
that's where Bane
comes.
That's where the drug comes from. That's the origin story of it.
Yeah. But like, it was just meant to be a super drug for Batman, and then they went, "Oh, we could do something else with this."
Hey, guess what? NECA's making some TMNT toys.
Yeah,
it's a Foot Enforcer.
Yeah, this is a thing from the Mirage comics. It's another Mook. It's the big muscly Mook who shows up a few levels into the video game.
I always appreciate when they do Mirage stuff that they give them the thick fucking lines.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting 1 or 2 of these as like figure photography fodder because it's just a good generic ninja man.
Yeah, it's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these ninjas.
Yeah. Oh man, look at those new Mirage turtles. Oof. Oh, getting the sweats for that box set when it comes out.
So yeah, turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Some more turtles.
Yeah, that announcement came like just after we did the last episode. This is from a few days ago. First of all, we're getting Michelangelo the Wanderer, which I think is a Last Ronin thing.
No, I think this is classic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, it is in a Mirage box, so.
Some recolors.
Yeah, this is a box set of all the mutant shredders in like crazy neon colors that is going to be their SDCC exclusive.
Yeah, and
This is the future Foot Ninja from Last Ronin.
yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it's I also love how it's just like one or two steps away from being customized into a Mirage Comics Snake Eyes from GI Joe.
Legit, you can just get this as a generic robot dude.
Mm-hmm. Again, I might do that because it's just good figure photography fodder.
It's a good robot dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, SCCC new Turtles line with new turtle. No, these are IDW designs.
Yeah, the Loyal Subjects, who has had the Turtles line for a good long while, is going to be the first company to make articulated figures of the IDW Turtles, and they're going to be SCC exclusives. And I'm just going to say right now, folks, don't get these. Wait for NECA or Super 7 to do these designs, because Loyal Subjects sucks. Their figures do not have good build quality at all. They run their molds into the ground, and they may look good. They may even look good in hand, but once you start messing around with them, they feel like cheap dollar store knockoffs of themselves.
That's a shame.
Yeah. It's cool that we're finally getting figures of those designs, but have patience, everyone. Have patience.
Hey, speaking of interesting Turtles things, we got some photos of Mutant Mayhem toys. Look at these guys.
Yeah, the Mutant Mayhem toys finally got officially revealed because these were leaked a long ass time ago. But we now know what the price point is going to be and when we can expect them to hit shelves. Hey, guess what? It's the month before the movie comes out, and they are going to be $9.99 a pop.
Yeah, that's not bad for a kid's toy line.
For a kid's toy line, where the figures actually have a lot of color to them, they're going to be coming with a fair amount of accessories. There's not great articulation, but there's a decent amount of articulation.
They are kids' toy articulated.
Yeah, but like, there seems like there's really good value to these for just $10 in a way I haven't seen in a while. I'm actually like, I don't know if I would collect this line, but I'd be interested just to like get some hands-on time with one or two of the figures.
Yeah. And it also, like, I'm seeing the character designs through the toys. It's like, of course, these designs for these characters were made to be toys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
Look at Bebop and Rocksteady. They look amazing.
Oh my god.
And Leatherback. He's great too.
Yeah.
The Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Shadow of Spawn.
Todd's doing a black and white accent line for the Spawn figures. That's going to be BBTS exclusive, limited to 300 units a piece. And the first one is a black and green accented Spawn. It's not black and white. Why is it called the black and white accent line? Also, why did you use a green that makes it look like it's glow in the dark when it's not glow in the dark? This is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Action figures aren't like trading cards, Todd.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, toys aren't always perfect. You can't always have the GOAT Raw swag Kino.
Yeah. But you know what you can have?
Comics?
Comic, baby.
Hey, it's comic time on our comic book podcast.
Hey.
I
want you to tell me about all that gay shit.
Oh, I read DC Pride 2020 free special, everybody. And full disclaimer, I'm a straight white cis man. It was fine. I didn't really get super into any of the stories here, mainly because there's not a lot of screen time for like the queer characters I'm into. There's like one story that is directly trying to appeal to me where Tim Drake and Connor Hawke have the damn, you still haven't come out to your parents talk about Connor and Holly, because there was a book, the last year's Pride special was a big like, hey, Connor is ace, and we're gonna do something with that soon. And there still hasn't been a book where him and Ollie have interacted since, so it's kind of a meta thing, and that's fun. Although Tim Drake also says that like part of Bruce's accepting that he's bi is that Bruce watched a film about a bi person, and he knows that because Bruce gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd, and I'm like, I don't think Bruce Wayne would have a Letterboxd account. I don't think he cares enough about movies for that. I'm sorry. That got nitpick fact really going for a second there.
Yeah, it just feels like it's meant to be fun, cute, trendy anthology with no real deep substance. It's just like, hey, look at our gay characters.
Yeah, I mean, there was an okay like Apollo and Midnighter story, but just not a lot of substance, and a lot of the other ones that were highlighted were like, I know of this character, but I don't know anything about them, and I don't know if I like learning about them through a special that's all about their sexuality. That seems a little demeaning to me.
Yeah.
It's a cool tribute to the writer who passed away recently and had to introduce DC's first trans character, though.
But yeah, okay, it's a thing that happens.
It was fine.
We both read the Power Girl special.
This
fucked.
This fucked, my dude.
Do you like Power Girl now?
I kind of like Power Girl now, because this like made it all kind of come together and make sense in a fun way that didn't feel demeaning to other Super Family characters like earlier parts of the story kind of came off to me. And there's a fucking Streaky the Super Cat cameo. Let's fucking go.
Bax's previous thoughts on Power Girl was just like,
It's fine. Not for me. It's What If Kara but extra boobs, and I don't need that. No, thank you.
Now it's What If Kara but more trauma.
What If Kara but extra pathos, and ooh, I'm all about that, boy.
But also in tandem with Kara because they love each other and care about each other, and now they see each other as sisters.
It's nice that like they turned around from like, oh, there's a standoffish relationship between them to like, no, Kara secretly is really upset that they're not closer, and she kind of wishes that they were like sisters because they basically are. And then at the end of the story, there's a moment where they embrace, and it's like, yeah, we're basically going to be sisters now. And I'm like, that could be amazing if we actually give it some screen time beyond this.
Yeah. The exact phrasing was, shut up and let people love you.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, oh, yeah, no, because it's like, yeah, it makes sense for a lot of this stuff. She also gets to say, like, a semi-final farewell to her Superman.
Yeah, and then she gets to have, like, a nice, like, hey, I never meant to alienate you moment with our Superman. And then she meets the twins, and it's really cute. Oh, man. It's great.
And the whole bad guy is just, like, trying to relive in the past, and it's like, he's sad and depressed, and, like, he's projecting that onto Power Girl, and she's just like, you can't, no. I empathize and I sympathize. This individual issue isn't, because you have to read the Power Girl backups in Action Comics.
Yeah. There will probably be a trade that collects all of this in a few months, though. So maybe, like, wait for that.
Yeah. And this is like, it's a lot of good stuff. It's well written. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the Fire and Ice backup real quick. It is nothing new for those characters.
Yeah.
It's very well written, but it is a lot. It is just Ice has an abusive relationship with Guy Gardner, and Fire doesn't like that. She wants her friend to be more assertive, but that's not who Ice is as a character. And then Guy Gardner shows up and does something stupid, and it gets them in trouble. And now they're going to have a book set in Smallville, and oh boy, won't that be cute.
Well, I think they played the hits for that just to go like, here's where they've been, and now we're trying to grow these characters in a different direction.
Yeah, the fact that it was so solidly written makes me still go like, okay, I'll give that a shot. We'll see what that is.
Yeah. But overall, this is a good little wrap up, and You know what? I appreciate them putting it in its own one shot instead of just trying to shoehorn it at the end of Action Comics.
Yeah. What a great couple of weeks too for like Guy Gardner just being a supreme jackass.
Yeah. We both read the final issue of Aaron's Punisher.
Oh boy.
And here's the thing. We'll talk about the fan reaction, quote unquote, in a moment. But just real quick, our reactions? Fucking great.
Yeah. This might be one of the best comic books of the last 10 years, I'd say. It is up there. They totally stuck the landing here.
Oh, yes. And here's the thing. It's a perfect Okay, well, real quick. They add nuance and depth, in my opinion. I'm projecting this opinion onto Vac as well, to Frank Castle as a human being and not just the Punisher. And people are being weird about it. The best way to put it is, so let's just explain what happens in this book. Frank is just trying to like end everything, end being the Punisher, do all that kind of stuff, do all the right things. And then Maria comes in and goes like, Frank, one way or the other, we were over that day. It just happened to be that we were killed. I was gonna divorce you. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm leaving. Bye. And Frank is like, yeah, no, understandable. Like, he accepts it.
He literally goes, understandable, have a nice day.
Yeah. I am a broken person, understandable. And he basically runs away to an alternate dimension where he can basically find redemption for himself.
Yeah, because after that, Cap comes in and he's like, all right, time to face judgment, Frank. And he's just like, with all due respect, no. I am going to fix myself.
With all due respect, your judgment isn't what I need. It's 12 issues.
Yeah, it's a 12-issue mini.
Yeah, it's 12 issues. It's good. All you need to know is the basic idea of the Punisher.
Yeah.
But people are having a little bit of a bitch fit over that little, like, Maria was going to divorce Frank. It's like, why do you care? Frank's a bad guy. Mm-hmm. No, but he's a hero, and it's just the death. It's like
this. You know what it is? It's the same fucking shit as people getting upset about, like, oh, Apocalypse is no longer the most powerful, amazing mutant of all time.
Yeah.
It's just people going, oh, my special little guy isn't the specialist little guy anymore.
It's like, the Punisher is never a good guy. He's never been a good man. And projecting the idea that he was a good man until that one bad day, it's just not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it hasn't been accurate for Frank Castle since Garth Ennis. Where were you when Garth Ennis retconned that he had severe PTSD and the like?
Yeah.
You know? This is a great Punisher for the people like us who understand Frank Castle was a serial killer that just happens to kill bad guys, and it's fun to watch his adventures.
Mm-hmm. It's a good Punisher for the media literate out there.
Yeah. Also, it's a great way to just write the Punisher out of comics for a bit while the controversy's all going down.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Sure.
Oh, you know we're gonna get, though, like a book in a few months that's just like, here's Frank Castle's multiversal adventures.
Where he's just saving kids.
Mm-hmm. Frank Castle, friend to all children.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a good book. I really liked it. Yeah. I read Carnage 13.
All right, how was that?
To be the next part of the Carnage. All you need to know...
Oh, I fucking forgot. I should have read this.
The Carnage Reigns. You can go back and read it, but I'll tell you what happened. Cletus is just going like, all right, cool. I got a hole in my chest. I need to fix that. While the heroes are like gathering their sources, he's
just doing that Spawn thing.
Well, no, he busts into a Stark engineering firm and goes like, "Where's Tony? Can he fix this?" He's like, "He's not here anymore." Well, can you fix it? No, he's dead. Take that as a warning. Can you fix this? And everyone's like, yes, Mr. Cassidy, we can fix that.
All right,
It's
then.
fun. It's a good Punisher book. It's really good. Really amazing art.
Yeah, Carnage is such a good Punisher book.
The Punisher, I'm talking about Buster's Cup.
I know, I'm just making fun of you and your lack of context when we're replying to chats.
We both read Clobber in Time.
Oh man, what a fucking good issue this
What
was.
continues to be one of the best books at Marvel right now.
The art in this issue in particular just goes so hard. There's like so many almost mimetic panels in this book. Like that bit where Ben is carrying his aunt and uncle and Alicia and just like running away from the giant fucking magic dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that's a meme format waiting to happen.
Oh man. We also get a little bit of backstory on the bad guy who's been mecking with Ben.
Mm-hmm. He's a grumpy future man.
Yeah. Ben and Strange's interactions were great. Whole book is good.
Nice. Like the fact that this is being used as a Marvel team up thing is so great because it makes it doesn't just let you get to see Ben in these outrageous violent situations. You also get to see other characters you normally wouldn't. Like Doctor Strange gets crazy and trippy sometimes, but I don't associate him with like hyper violence. And dude almost fucking dies in this.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, you see Ben Grimm's bare ass.
Oh yeah, this bare rocky ass.
Mm-hmm.
This is Clobber in Time's a fun, good old time.
Yeah, good book.
Good book.
Would recommend.
We both read Cold War Part 4.
Captain America, Symbol of Truth, number 13. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Sam
I'm
finally
still enjoying this event.
Sam calls Steve out on his bullshit. They have a fight.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel forced at all. It feels like, no, this is where the story was naturally going. Because, like, people tend to forget, because I don't like superheroes fighting. That's kind of a thing with Sam and Steve, though, is like, Steve goes off his rocker and Sam has to go like, no, motherfucker, that's not how we do things.
Especially right now, because Steve is kind of having a PTSD trigger moment.
Mm-hmm. He's going, my son! I have to save my son, and nothing else matters!
Yeah. Which is good. It's always nice to see Steve in a fallible position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good book.
Oh, fuck.
It is as bad as we thought it would be. It is as bad as we thought it would be.
Somebody put the page in the Endless Jest server last night, and I was just like, fuck.
Which page? Because there's several of them.
The page where everybody's doing this.
Yeah. You want to know what the worst part is? People have a theory, because if you pay attention, Mary Jane is drawn kind of weird. That they actually originally planned on killing Mary Jane. And there was just like, they got cold feet and switched in Kamala Khan in there instead.
Now it's even worse.
That's a theory. Don't take it as gospel. Dear God. It's just not good. Also, they reveal Paul is the kid of the dude that's chasing them. And it's just, it's not
Fuck
great.
Paul.
Fuck
I don't want to
Paul.
hear a goddamn thing about Paul ever again on this podcast. Boingo, you know what? I'm putting my foot down, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, as your friend, as somebody who loves and cares about you, stop it. Stop reading this book. Get some help.
No, here's the thing.
This is not good. No, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about your sunk cost fallacy bullshit. This is not good and healthy for you anymore.
This is not sunk cost fallacy. This is content for you and everybody at home, because now you don't have to read it, and you get to get the Schadenfreude.
Oh, but don't be fucking Doug Walker, man.
You know what the worst part about all of this is? It's like, oh, the death of Kamala, and all the yeah. They showed the cover of the next Spider-Man issue. It's just another Spider-Man adventure. They're fighting Doc Ock. It's just another ordinary day for Peter fucking Parker.
Well, of course, because we're gonna do a one-shot aftermath thing to actually deal with the death, and then and the book has to continue. So what would be more fun than a good old classic Doc Ock adventure
with Black Cat in there too? So they're really going like, yeah, fuck Mary Jane, Black Cat.
Fuck you, fuck off, go fuck yourself.
This is the most blatant we're trying to replicate the past drivel in so long. It's just not good. Also, them kids are gone. They were made up. They were imaginary. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Fuck Paul. Fuck. Who's writing this again?
Wells.
Fuck Zeb Wells. Fuck John Romita Jr. Fuck whoever's editing this book. Fuck whoever's in charge of Spider-Man comics right now. I want them all fired.
Can we just give the book to Zdarsky?
And I mean by firing squad.
Can he just do Batman and Spider-Man at the same time? Please.
You know Chip's not taking that fucking job.
I know. Al Ewing, can you do it, please?
I don't know if I want Al Ewing's fucked up Spider-Man book.
Donny Cates, Spider-Man?
No. Dude. Hickman?
Hickman, please.
They might actually let that man do what he wants.
Resurrect Stan Lee, anything at this point.
I don't want Stan Lee dialogue in current year.
Bring in John J.M.D. Mateus.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be happy.
It's just at this point, fuck Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I read Deadpool. This was cute.
Hey, that book.
Deadpool and his girlfriend fight off assassins. It's cute.
Nice.
Deadpool legit climbs onto the top of a giant plastic moon in the planetarium, cuts the ropes on it, drops the moon, and says to Sailor Moon line.
Nice.
Yes, I will resort to black magic to get better comic books. So yeah, that was a cute moment where he references Sailor Moon and all that stuff. The dog shows up and helps them fight. It's cute.
Nice.
Deadpool is a solid book. If you want some cute Deadpool stories, it's a good place to be.
Yeah.
We both read Doctor Strange.
Oh my god.
One of the best Strange issues ever.
This book has leveled up so much in the last few issues.
Sure, give it a try. It's Deadpool just dealing with like an assassination guild and getting a cute girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who seems to like actually care about him. So that's nice. This Doctor Strange book is fantastic.
Yeah. This feels like this particular chunk of the book. I don't know about everything leading up to it, but this particular, like, we've just renumbered, and it's a book about Doc Strange and Clea getting into adventures with their classic characters again. This feels like it could become a modern classic. I really like this issue in particular. Just feels like a really solid done in one that's couched in this very particular moment in continuity.
Yeah, because Strange and Dormammu have a parlay. They have this like once a year, and every time Dormammu like sacrifices one of his worshippers.
And Steven spends the whole day trying to convince the worshiper not to believe in him anymore.
And this time he finally was able to convince him because he had Mysterium from the X-Men, because heroes are friends.
Yeah.
And he saved the guy.
It's good. I like it. The
Now,
art is fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, and the cover is amazing.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying about Clea?
Clea's mom's getting married.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun issue.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is good. If you want some fun, goofy magic bullshit, read Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I read Silver Surfer. Shit's fucking up, bud.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of things are going awry. They're up against the clock. They're trying to beat the bad guy. That's kind of it. Good characterization on everybody. There's a cute moment where the grandma from the family that he's helping asks Silver Surfer of like, all right, kid, what's your name? And he goes like, I am the Silver Surfer, ma'am. And she goes like, what's the name your mama gave you? And he goes, Norin. And she just goes like, all right, now Norin, get inside. And it's just like really cute and sweet. It's good. I read Stillwater.
How's the stillness of that water?
So the border got redrawn. The main character dude is starting to come back to life. People see it and they go like, holy shit. He resurrected outside of the town border. It's a miracle. He's sent from God. But like all the main characters are like, no, something's fucked up here. We need to get to the bottom of it. The main the main good guy group goes like, all right, cool. So we got out of that sticky situation. A lot of the town thinks I'm basically a messiah now. We can use that to our advantage to try and fix this situation. While the bad guy group goes like, oh, we can redraw the borders of the town and the magic healing stuff happens there. Let's expand. Yeah, it's getting fucked. It's getting good. It's a good book. How you feeling, bud?
Pretty good.
That's good. You read The Rocketeer.
Yes, The Rocketeer 2023 special from
IDW.
Yes, this is an IDW book. It's basically a Rocketeer annual. A couple different short stories in this. The first one is I'm sorry, I'm not remembering character names right now, but the Rocketeer telling a story to his girlfriend about the time he met Amelia Earhart, and how that led to him being late for this particular date because he got a tip about where he could possibly find Amelia Earhart's plane, and he went to investigate, and he didn't find her, but he found wreckage, and he found something he knew belongs to her. So he's like, in my mind, she's still out there somewhere. But,
not eaten by crabs.
Mm-hmm. But this could offer like solace to her husband or something like that. So it's very important and very good that I did this. And then there's this kind of a fun little story about them getting into a scrap and stopping a museum heist with some guys. And then there's a really cute kind of abstract story from the writer of the movie that is just like, here is the ideals that the Rocketeer represents over images of him doing cool shit. And that's pretty much it. It ends with like a advertisement for the new mini that's coming out in a month or two, and it's solid. It's not like the best thing ever, but if you like the Rocketeer movie, it is worth checking out.
Nice. I like how the art seems very pinup on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Very classic 40s pinup. I read Darkwing Duck #5. The book isn't over. It's just keeping going.
Oh.
I thought it was over. No, it's Darkwing Duck #5.
I guess it sold well.
Yeah. And we're getting a new bad guy. A comic original bad guy.
Oh.
So it's the dude on the cover with the cat. There's a new organization in town called the Nourishing Organic Organization.
Oh.
No, Nourishing Organic Good Organization. N-O good. No good. And they're just like buying all the businesses, and they're sponsoring Goslin's elementary school, and it's just a fun little adventure.
Neat.
Yeah. I'm just like, yo, you're making new bad guys? Hell yeah.
Is it meant to be like a direct parody of any like real world company, or is it just like, no good?
Yeah, it's no good.
Okay.
That's the joke.
Funny joke.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Ah, that's it. All right. Jesus.
Not a ton of books this week. Some very good stuff, but not a ton.
So without all that being said, hey, Vac.
Hey.
Comics good this week?
I think comics were A-okay this week.
Hey. You know what's also A-okay?
What?
Your shit. Tell the people about it.
Hey everybody, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos. They're about things, and they are things, and you can go check them out on your things by going to youtube.com/thevacuuminator. I try and upload once a week. I got some comic videos coming out later in the month. Didn't make one this week, and technically I made one this week because it was a manga. I talked about the original Kamen Rider manga. So you can go and check that video out. I've got a video coming out on a Transformers toy later this week. And later in the month, we got some comic book videos you might want to check out. So go subscribe, get everything coming to your sub box as I get it out. Go follow me on Twitter at TheVacuuminator. I am on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com. And I'm on TikTok posting clips from my videos at _Vacuuminator. And I'm on Instagram posting my action figure photography. Yeah, I do that shit. I'm trying to get back into doing that shit more regularly right now. That's why I have a big piece of sod on my desk right now. So you can find all that on Instagram at _Vacuuminator. And yeah, go check out my stuff. I think it's pretty good. I think it's worth your time. So please go give it a look.
Yeah. I'm Bungle Rider. I do a variety of things on the internet. I stream on Twitch Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays. I post videos on my YouTube channel, a weekly review series of Kamen Rider Geats, and other video essays. I also post on social media at Boingo_Rider on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can follow me on Tumblr. Link is in the description. And in the meantime, hey, buddies, hey, pals, this is Modular Media's No Price Podcast, where we talk comics and shit. We also have other podcasts, such as Components, where we just hang around, chat. Just it's a midnight Discord call with your buddies. That's kind of what the vibe is. We also have Analocal Fanboys, a monthly media cast, with an episode coming up this week. Ooh boy. We also have the classic podcasts such as Twit. You want to tell the people about the Twits?
This week in Toku is where myself and Buster Corp discuss all the latest news and new releases from the wild world of Japanese live-action special effects. You're going to want to listen to this week's episode because we talk about the latest Hideaki Anno Shin Japan Heroes project that has released in the US. Shin Kamen Rider is out, baby! And we're going full spoilers. So subscribe and be here for the release on Tuesday.
Yeah. So like, comment, subscribe on this podcast and any others we put out, and just tell us what you think. What podcast do you like? Who is more handsome, Vac or me? Give us answers. We need answers.
Who's the best boy? I need your modular members tier lists, folks.
Who is best boy? Who is the husbando? Actually, we can't do husbando because we all know it'd be Snowcone. Snowcone's the sexiest person in the group.
Very unfortunate for me.
But do all the stuff. Engage with us. Do all the stuff. And in the meantime, you're welcome for any of the comic book recommendations we give you, Buster. And, hey, Vac, do you have anything else you want to say?
I'll open some of this shit soon, man.
Hey, you know what you could always do?
What could I do?
A live stream. Enough said. And